Hi everyone, Lorraine Vachon here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I'm here because I'm going to be playing with it's called Sand and Sea collection. So the paper and the dies and the stamps and the specialty paper, I want to show it all to you, and I'm going to be making a nice card. So I'm going to flip my camera around so you can see my work surface. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So I just want to make sure I'm set up properly and that I am filming and that you guys can see me. So just checking, just seeing. Okay, so this is the collection, Sand and Sea. It's gorgeous. I love it. If you're into scrapbooking, you will love it also because it's a great set for the beach, for vacation, and that's why I got it. I said I need at least one for the beach so that when I go to Cuba and I bring back my vacation photos, I can put together some scrapbooking pages. And it's just gorgeous, and I'm making a couple of one-sheet wonders with it, and I'll post it on my website, on my Facebook page, so you can see it. It's really gorgeous. I have a couple of cards made with them. I'll show you, but today I want to concentrate on a specific card. So like I said, this paper is gorgeous. There's also this specialty paper. It's called Pearlescence specialty paper. Anything in this catalog you can still purchase until the end of June. I'm going to use some of these opal rounds, which are gorgeous. They're like opalescence, and inside there's kind of like sparkles. So I'm playing with Friends Are Like Seashells. I love that little sentiment. It's great. Friends are like seashells. You collect them along the way. And I just love all of the sentiments in this set. There's also this embossing folder, which is great, which works with the dies. So I'm going to show you the paper. So this is the Pearlescence paper, and like I said, it is gorgeous. It's almost like, I don't know, it's shimmery, it's shiny, it's I don't know, it's almost like styrofoam, but I know it's paper, and it's gorgeous when you cut into it, and I've cut into it. And this is the specialty paper. Even so, when I got this and I started playing with it yesterday, and I just love it. It feels so different. It almost feels like it's I don't know, it's almost like it's waxy, or it's just gorgeous, and all the different prints on it, really nice. And that's why I decided to do a one-sheet wonder, because they were so beautiful. I wanted to make cards where you could see all of the different patterns. So love this set. And today I'm going to, and this is what's unique about it, about this set, is we have these dies. These dies are great. They are, it cuts all the different images, and so the stamp set is right here. So this is the stamp set, and all of the stamps are separate, okay, which is okay. And what you do is you cut your die, and once the die is cut, once you've got your die cut, you put it into the embossing folder, because the dies fit exactly in the embossing folder. So if I put it like this, I don't know if you see, but it all matches up. So once that I've cut this one piece, because this is what it is, one piece. So what I did here is I cut this one piece, and then I put it into the embossing folder by lining everything up and looking on the, making sure that my lines lined up with my folder. And then I put it into the Stampin' Embossing machine, and then I took my stamps, and because they are photopolymer stamps, I can see through them. I could position my stamps over the images and just stamp onto the images. And this is fantastic. It's one step, and then if I want, I can put this whole thing on the card, or I could just cut it up and put portions of it on the card. And that's what I'm doing with my one sheet wonder that I'm doing on the side here. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this aside. I'm going to put together a card with, and this is my specialty paper here. My specialty paper that's opalescent. See? And I've die cut it, and I've also embossed it. What I've done also is I've cut this because I just love this paper. It's so, I don't know, it kind of feels like opalescent. Anyways, I love it. I'm going to use it. And again, it's a 3 by 5 1/4 because I love this. It's my go-to kind of card. And I'm making a more elaborate card. So I'm going to use, I just used the embossing folder to emboss this. But isn't this great? I love it because it has everything on it. So what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to use my Sahara Sand stamp ink, and I'm going to get one of my blending brushes, and I'm going to take one that's not used yet. One that I just got last week. And so, love these blending brushes. They are gorgeous and they are so thick. Can you see all of these little strands of brush? This is like amazing. So what I'm going to do is, since my card is like this, I need to figure out how I'm going to put this first. So I think I'm going to put it this way, but I want more of these little weeds or algae or whatever it's called to be on the bottom. So I'm going to do it like this. So I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm going to brush on here. So for this little seashell, I'm going to use Sahara Sand. Okay, and Sahara Sand is almost like a light khaki. So I'm just going to get some ink on my brush. Okay. And I'm going to put it on the shell. I don't know if you see that, but I'm adding this onto the shell. It gives it more dimension. It makes it pop up or off the sheet here. Just going to use a little bit more. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to use, I want the yellow. So the yellow is, in this set, is So Saffron. So I'm going to use the yellow with my yellowish brush. And I'm going to pick up the yellow. Okay. And just make sure that I have enough. And I'm going to make this seashell yellow like this. Okay. Just by brushing it on here. And just getting it all over. So it makes it shimmer because it is an opalescent paper. It makes it shimmer. Can you see that? Isn't that cool? So I won't bother with the rest because I won't see it, but I'm going to do the weeds in Old Olive. Okay, so for my green, I'm going to take my green brush. Sometimes there's a bit on. I think this is more of a green brush. No, this is, yeah, it is a green brush, and I'm going to get my Old Olive, and I'm going to make those little algae, or those little weeds. I'm going to brush them with the Old Olive. Just want to make sure I have some on here. And I'm just brushing like this, and on these also. And just remembering that I won't see the top of this, so I'm not going to go on the top, but I want some on the bottom here. So like that. Just getting them on it. And some places it's darker than others, and that's fine. That's totally fine. So this is what it looks like, and I think I want more of the Sahara Sand. So I'm just going to take some more. See, there we go. I think this might be better. I'm just going to brush there. Maybe get some next to the shell because it is sand, right? Get some up there. And this is what it looks like. Maybe get some here. There you go. And I don't need to go any higher because I am putting this piece of cardstock over it. this piece of designer series paper. And isn't that pretty? Just by using the blending brushes, a little bit of ink, and putting it on there. So I'm just going to wipe these, get a lot of it off so I can put them back here, and get the green off. Maybe I'll just clean them and let them dry overnight. And this is the yellow. This is the yellow. So what I've done also here is I don't know how I'm going to set this card up yet, but I have cut out a tag. I have some sand dollars here. I have here, what are these called? They're called starfish. So I have 2 starfish and 2 shells here. And I don't know how I'm going to put this together yet. But I also wanted to use some of these, right? And I wanted to put some color on some of them that I will cut out. So maybe, since I don't have any blue and I don't have any, and this is Flirty Flamingo, I'm going to use those 2 colors that I am going to, do I have one that's red? I thought I did. So I'm going to, oh, I know what what I can also use, because that's what I used yesterday, is are these finger daubers. And I know I have a Flirty Flamingo one because I used it yesterday and I put a tag on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I don't know which one I'm going to use yet, but I think I might use, do I want a big one? Do I want a small one? I have a tag, and my tag will go here. So my tag will go here. And then maybe I want to put a big one here. But I have a lot of red here, so maybe red's not a good idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the blue. I'm going to use the Balmy Blue, which I don't have yet. So I'm just going to create one. I'm going to use the Balmy Blue, and I'm still going to use that same shell, this shell here, which I will make Balmy Blue. And I'll just, again, I'll just rub on it like this. And I don't need a lot. I probably don't need to go back in there. And all I'll do is that pretty? Yeah. So I'm going to cut it now. I'm going to trim the rest, the things on the sides off. And I can keep it because I can use these other seashells on another card. So, yep, it goes right there. So I'm going around and I'm just keeping the piece that I used up and trimming the rest off. There we go. And I don't need this. And I don't need this. There we go. This. And like this. There we go. Oops, I think I need to trim this off. It's just part of a weed, and I don't need the weed. Okay, so I think that's pretty, because I did not have or I could have made it yellow, but anyways, I made it blue. It's not the same blue. I think it's not going well. I think I'm going to use this blue, which is Soft Sea Foam, which is a retired color, but it's still part of the paper because it was there. I still have some left over, so I'm going to, do I have it here? I have it here. So I'm just going to put a little more on this Balmy Blue. It's called Seaside Spray, and just add some here and trim this piece and put it right there. And I think it's more of the same blue. Yeah, the other one was too, it was too, I don't know, turquoisey. I don't know. Didn't go with the paper, so that's okay. I have another piece here. I'll use it on another card. And just trimming off what I don't need. Like I said, I can use these elsewhere. And just going around like that. I'll leave that there and put that aside, and then I can start building my card. So I'm going to just set it up so I know where everything goes, and I can put this here, maybe up on dimensionals. Maybe I'll put a sand dollar, put more of that Sahara sand. Maybe I'll put one of these here and these here, like that, or I don't know, I'll build it like that. So let me start by gluing the designer series paper onto this base here. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. I just love it. Even just like that, it's pretty. So this is a more advanced card because it is using it's using several layers of designer series paper or specialty paper. It's using an embossed piece of specialty paper. It's using die cuts. It's using more techniques. So I use the blending brushes to give me this effect. I used so this is a more advanced card. And that's fine. I will show you a simple card and kind of medium card, and this would be the advanced card. So I'm going to, I think maybe what I'll do first is I'm going to stamp my sentiment. I'm going to use something that fits on there. I don't know which one. Maybe the happy birthday. And no, it's too big. Don't know if this one will fit. You are unique and completely amazing. I love that one. So maybe that's what I'll use. Or maybe I'll use the Friends Are Like Seashells. I love that. Friends Are Like Seashells. That's what I'm going to use. I think I could, yeah. I love Friends Are Like Seashells, and maybe in the background, in Sahara sand, I can stamp a seashell. That would be a good idea. So I'm going to do that. And, or maybe I'm going to use this one because it's prettier. I think I'll use this one. Okay, so I'm going to stamp my sentiment using black Memento ink. I need a block. Put my sentiment on a block. There we go. I'm going to ink it up, make sure that I have enough, that it's not overflowing. I'll set up my tag to go against my grid paper. It will make it easier for me. And then I will stamp in the middle like that. Friends are like seashells. You collect them along the way. Now I'll get a smaller block so that I can fit my seashell on. And I'm going to use the Sahara sand color that I might stamp off before I put on, because then it won't take so much, I don't know, real estate and take away from the wording. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'm wondering if it's big enough. So let me just check for the bigger one and see what it would look like if I use this one instead. Okay, so if I use this, I did this, and then I did this. Oh, I think I like this one better. Just wondering, yeah, I think it'll be better. And I'll just put it like this, or I don't know. Here we go. I'll just do this. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, and it doesn't take away from the words. Okay, so this is that. Okay, so next, let's put this card together. Okay, so I'm going to, I think I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. This is what I'm going to do first. Let me see if I have any left. I have one for the middle here, and let me cut this up. Maybe I cut it up into, I do it into 4. I think it might be good. One on each side, on the bottom, on the top, and on each of the right and left sides. Yep, this will do. And then I used up all my dimensionals. Okay, so I'll just take the backing off. Yep. Oh boy, I'm not paying attention. I am not used to watching myself on my computer to make sure that everything's fine, but here I go. So, like I said, this is on the bottom right here. There we go. And then I want to put, maybe I want to put this here. No, not this one. I'm going to use this for pink. I'm going to use, and I'm going to put the pink on the bottom here because there is no pink here. Maybe like this to frame out. Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. So I wanted to frame it like this, so I'm going to put a dimensional here, right there. Okay, so I go like this, but I want to make sure that it's not going to go over the card because it won't fit in the envelope. Just like that. I think that's perfect. That'll work. So if I do this, like that, there we go. Okay, so the sand dollar may be here, and then like this. Does that look like? Do I have too much? Or maybe the sand dollar here? I don't know. I'm putting them on dimensionals and I'll see. Put 3 so that I can tuck this here if I need to. Like that. Like that. Yeah, I think I like that. 2, 3, and like that. Do I want one more? Do I want a blue seashell there or there? I think I want it on the bottom. Just use one. I think one is enough, and I'm going to fit it no, like that. Yep, that's how it's going to fit. There we go. And all I have to do is left is to glue this on. Okay, so just like that. Okay, and glue this on like that. It is going over a little, so I'm going to have to move my starfish here. There's just one, so maybe I could just do like this. There we go. There you go. Love, love, love this paper. It's so pretty. Okay, so all of these other little papers, these little die cuts, I can use them on my other cards because I am putting together a one-sheet wonder because I love this paper so much that I want to showcase all of it. So first I want to show you my simple and my intermediate card. So my simple card is this here, and what I did for this is I hand cut it because in the paper you can hand cut some of these, and that's what I did. So all I did was use designer series paper. I glued it onto the card base, and this is Sahara Sand. I stamped this sentiment, and then I just put this on a dimensional, and this would be my simple card. My intermediate card, what I did do was I used the embossing folder, and I did I stamp this? No, I cut this. I fussy cut this from the paper again. Again, these two, I fussy cut it also. I used a tag, so I used this punch, the 2 oval punch, which I love. And I stamped here, love you to the beach and back. Isn't that pretty? And then again with the specialty paper, I cut out the scalloped oval. And that would be my intermediate card. I put this on dimensionals also. And then my more advanced card, where I did use the technique where I'm using the blending brushes on the specialty paper. I did die cut these, stamp and die cut them. I did stamp my sentiment. So this would be the more intermediate card. So I wanna really jazz it up with some bling. I have these beautiful opal browns. They are also in the January to June catalog, but they're carried over into the new catalog. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to put some jewels here. So they come in 2 sizes. They almost look like the same size. I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put one here also on the sentiment. Here, just wanted to center it, and then my glue dot got stuck on my card, so I'm trying to center it here. And here on this one, I'm going to put 3. So I'm going to put one on the tag, one here, and one over here, like that. And here are my 3 cards, all with the same model and the same sketch, but each one is a bit more different, more elaborate, more and more elaborate. So I also wanted to show you I've started making one-sheet wonders with these, and some of these are finished, I think. Yeah. So this one here. So I use these small papers. I love this. This is Flirty Flamingo, and this is Seaside Spray. I made this one also. Just love these sayings. Friends are like seashells, you collect them along the way. Love you to the beach and back. This one here, for you. This one I got from another stamp set. Salut, un petit salut à toi. And these are some that I'm not done yet with. So I will finish these and I will post them. And I'm making another set because, of course, I love this paper. It's just so beautiful, and I just love it. So I will, when I've got them all finished, I'll put them on my website, on my Facebook page, so you guys can see what it looks like. So these are the cards I made today, and thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next week.